so I'm encouraging you, through Ilona Mar, to just post your vlog.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she was on Dancing with the Stars, and I was just watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of my dream things, like non-soccer dreams.
Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
So random, but like, I would, oh my gosh.
You would crush. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Friendlies. I'm so excited because we're here in person today at the North Carolina Courage facility with 20-year-old U.S. Women's National Team attacker, Jaedyn Shaw. Jaedyn is one of the most exciting players in the NWSL this season. She made the move from San Diego to North Carolina in the offseason, and she's off to an incredible start. Jaedyn, welcome back to the women's game.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to be here with you today. This is so fun. So I was just asking Jaedyn about moving to North Carolina and what that's been like, and you told me that your family's moving here as well.
Yes, they will be full-time here in the middle of April.
Oh my gosh, are you excited to have everybody around?
Yeah, I am. I'm like living on my own now, which is like new. This is my first time, so it's like nice still having them around, but like still having distance.
A little space. And you said you've been cooking a lot for yourself.
Yeah.
What do you like to cook?
I don't know. I just use TikTok for recipes.
Oh my gosh.
It's so easy.
I recently found a really great chicken soup recipe on Instagram, and I make it like once a week.
You want to send it to me?
I do. Okay. It's actually so good. Okay, so as we mentioned, Jaedyn has been on our show before, but you've only recently arrived in North Carolina. I lived here once upon a time, and I know that you're from Frisco, Texas. You've lived the last few years in San Diego, so I actually wanted to test how well you know your new home state. So we have a little quiz for Jaedyn today. We're going to start off with a 50-50 question. So you got a 50-50 shot of getting it right.
Okay.
Which became a state first, North Carolina or South Carolina?
No, North Carolina.
No.
I don't know.
It was South Carolina, so that's one wrong. There's only 3 questions.
Okay.
What famous American invention is on the North Carolina license plate?
Oh, plane?
Yeah, an airplane. Last one. I feel like this is a good one. You're going to get it. North Carolina has a state food. It's a vegetable that they grow more than any other state. They even hold festivals in its honor here every year. And I'll give you a hint. It's a Thanksgiving-y vegetable.
Yams?
Yeah, sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Yay.
Yeah, you got it.
Wait,
Okay, you know North Carolina not that well yet.
No.
But we have so much room to grow.
Yeah.
And you only just moved here.
Yeah.
I didn't know the answer to any of those either. And I lived here for like 5
So you
years.
set me up.
I set you up. I'm so sorry. Let's talk about the Olympics a little bit. So last time we spoke was just before the Olympics last year. You were getting ready to leave for Paris, and heartbreakingly, we know that you got injured just before the opening game and you were unable to play in the tournament. Obviously, that must have been so devastating. But I was really struck by it managed to look like you had a lot of fun at the tournament anyway. You posted some amazing stuff on Instagram, and I want to know how you were mentally able to turn things around in a moment like that and find a way to enjoy your Olympic experience.
For me, a lot of it was the environment. I think it was a very like light environment, even though we were in such like a high stakes tournament. Talking with Emma, talking with some of the girls, like it allowed me to just like switch mindsets and being like not like poor me, whereas like I could easily go into that. But I think, yeah, it was just the environment. I feel like I had a lot of fun with all the girls. Like, there was no like, oh, I'm a starter, I'm not a starter, I'm an alternate, I'm injured, there was none of that. We were all like in it together, and I felt like I was just like, how can I help the team? Like, I've never like really not been able to play. I've been fairly healthy, yeah, it was definitely a different experience for me. But I think I would just like a testament to all my teammates and the environment of being there.
Do you feel like what you learned going through that, being injured at a major tournament, is something that you'll take with you moving forward? I think in my experience, being a starter, a non-starter, being injured, like when you learn how to play all of those roles, it almost makes you relate more to teammates who are going through something different from you in the future. And I'm curious how you came to view that role, and if you think you'll carry some of those lessons forward with you.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It was definitely a mind switch. Like, I mean, I would go into my room and be really sad, and then I would go hang out with my teammates, and like it would be better. But just knowing how hard that is behind closed doors, I think it'll help me like help other players that may be in that situation. So I think it allowed me to like, I don't know, have a lot more compassion for people, and just like you never know what people are going through, whether that's in a major tournament or like day to day. I think I'm gonna take that experience with me like for the rest of my career for sure.
Yeah, that's great. You and I talked a lot about last time we spoke about how hard your parents worked and how much they sacrificed to help get you to this really elite level. I know the Olympics in some ways may not have been a dream, but you won a gold medal. How was that to get to share that with your family?
Yeah, it was cool. At first I was like really like sad about it because I was like, you paid all this money to come here, like I like can't play and like whatever. Like it was a lot of pressure for me, but then I would like talk to my parents about it and they were like, no, like we're at the Olympics. Like we have never been to the Olympics before. Like literally we do not, like it's not that deep. Like just enjoy your experience. We're enjoying our experience clearly.
Yeah.
So it like helped take a lot of pressure off of me, like in just focusing on getting back on the field or just like supporting my team in other ways. So it was really nice having them there and them being able to like be in Paris and explore. My grandparents were there. They're getting older, so it was nice that they could like come to the Olympics and experience that and have the gold medal around their necks and all that. Be at the after party. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what does that mean? Tell us more about the after party.
No, like my whole family was at the after party. It was like from my 11-year-old brother to my granny and grandpa. Like literally I was like, guys, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm all here for it.
That's
like
so cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's amazing. Did you meet any other Olympians while you were there, and did anybody surprise you?
I met Dawn Staley.
That's cool.
Yeah,
How
that was
she?
really cool. She was sick. Yeah, so nice.
That's so cool.
I was like really fangirling. Like I was like, oh my gosh. Like I quoted you one time. You probably don't even know, but I quoted you one time, like on purpose.
That's so cool. As somebody who probably gets fangirled over all the time, what do you do when you find yourself fangirling over Dawn Staley? Do you think about what you're going to say before you talk to her? Did you get nervous? Like, how did that interaction
I think it kind of came out of nowhere because I didn't know that she was there. This was at the Nike after party, like after we won the Olympics. So I'm just like, you know, having a good time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're in front of me. Okay. So then I was just like, you know, play it cool. Like she was asking me questions. I was like, you know, bantering back.
Great.
And then I left and I was like, Dad, that's Dawn Staley.
So you played it cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and Lisa Leslie was there.
Oh my god.
My grandpa was fangirling over her.
Oh my gosh. Grandpa, you need to give her some space.
I was like, Papa, you can't do it. You gotta stay here.
So I'm asking because I recently met Alex Cooper at an NWSL event from Color Daddy, and obviously before I was like, oh my god, like what am I? But then I didn't want to like freak her out and be like, you know, too excited to meet her. Yeah. Do you want to know what I frickin' said to her face the moment I met her?
What?
I have a podcast too. As soon as I said it, she was like, oh really? And I was like, oh my god, Sam, you're such a loser. It was so embarrassing, but
that's okay. There
so
could be
nice.
Worse things to say.
Could there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I think.
I'm glad you're with
I hope.
me.
Anybody
Okay.
else come up with any? I don't know.
Okay, so pre-Olympics, you know, you had been playing professionally in the NWSL with the San Diego Wave, and you were a huge part of their success from the time you joined in 2022, and in 2023, you set a league record for the most goals scored as a teenager. You had extended your contract with the team, but then announced that you would be ending your time early and heading to North Carolina to play for the Courage. And according to the Equalizer, you had requested a trade earlier in 2024. I think what I'm wondering is, was there a moment in San Diego where you realized you wanted a change? And how did you feel when you maybe started considering that it wasn't the right place for you anymore?
I just like looked internal and how I felt in the environment. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, like I don't like this person, or I don't like how that person's doing this, and like someone's not doing their job. It was more like me, how do I feel being here, coming in every day? Like ultimately this is what we have to do every day. Like I love this sport and I want to continue to love it. Like I've always told myself, like when it starts to feel like a job, it's when you hang them up. I just looked internal and I was like, hey, like I think we need to push, and I think that like with the feedback that I was getting from Emma and my coaches and just like how I was feeling with my family, I think it was the right time for me to take a next step in my career and yeah, just like want more for myself and like, I don't know, push myself in another way. Like I felt like, I don't know, I wasn't comfortable, but I felt like I was settling a little bit in my own self. Like I feel like I don't want to get comfortable as a player and I want to continue to push myself. So I knew that this environment constantly does that, and Yeah, I'm just like really happy that everything worked out.
Definitely. I think that's an answer from a player beyond your years. I think that the ability to look inward and recognize when it's time to make a change, and then honestly to put yourself in an environment that is going to demand a lot from you, is really brave and really mature. I also was curious, we talked last time you came on the show about kind of privacy and dealing with some things on your own. And I feel like between your injury at the Olympics and then this really high profile move, maybe your sense of privacy or keeping things to yourself might have changed a little bit. Have you had to adjust to any pressures over these last couple of years? Has your life changed in any way?
I don't think anything like life-changing has happened, but I think like being transparent, I've struggled a little bit with just like how much media is around it. The pressure or expectation of being better than last year, or be like, okay, you're in this environment now that suits you and that you know is going to push you, and so now there's an expectation of like, oh, Jay's going to get better. So like being in this environment, like, oh, now she is where she's supposed to be, or where, you know, where she's going to continue to evolve, and so we're going to see something different, or we're going to see something better. So I think that's something that I don't know, maybe put on myself or have made up in my head or whatever, but that's kind of what I've been, I guess, dealing with the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't think you've made that up. I think even me, as someone in the media, has been like, oh my gosh, Jaedyn Shaw is going to the Courage. She's going to do so great. And I think that is a lot to deal with, especially somebody your age. I also hope, and I know that, I mean, I'm not going to apologize on behalf of the media because we all believe in you and think you're so great. But I do think while it does come with pressure, I imagine that it could give you confidence in a way that a lot of people are so excited to see you play here and to do so well here. One last question about San Diego. Obviously, the San Diego Wave fans have been through a lot. They've lost some high-profile players recently. They've gone through just a lot with the front office. There's a lawsuit, coaching change, et cetera. What is something you'll miss about San Diego, and is there just a message that you would like to leave to the Waves fans? Yeah,
I think that's exactly it. I think the community, the fans. I was extremely grateful for all of that. I feel like it was an amazing way to come into the professional environment. I don't think a lot of players experience that ever in their careers. So yeah, I'm just like really grateful for the community, for accepting me and my family, like showing up to all the games, like being loud, like even when I was with the national team, scored my first international goal there, chanting my name, like those things that I'm gonna remember for forever. And I think like all those memories like are just like so amazing, and I share with all of them, and I hope that the Snapdragon and all of the fans can still be like home and not be weird. I was a little nervous about that, but I'm just like really grateful for the community and the fans.
I know it was such a like pivotal time in your life to enter the league there.
Yeah.
As you said, you scored your first international goal there. I think those fans will hold you near and dear to their hearts. You did a lot for them, and kind of seeing you grow up a little bit there over the past couple of years has been really cool, I'm sure, for them. Let's move on to the Courage. I'm so excited to be here with you. When you were thinking about coming here, what kinds of things made you excited about this club?
I would say style of play was like the big like screaming like flashing light for me. I just like always hated playing here. I was always like, well, I'm gonna just have to run 500 miles trying to mark everyone, and it just looked so effortless. So I think like that was really attractive for me, and I knew that I could bring something to it, and add a little bit more of like, not more, but like add something to it, and just like help continue to raise the level here. I think like the culture here too. I mean, I've heard plenty of things, like good things about the Courage, and that are really attractive to me in an environment where I know that I would grow and that I would continue to get better, while also like having people that you enjoy being around. Ultimately, like we have to see each other every day, so you want to enjoy the people that you're around. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really grateful to be on this team.
That's awesome. I'm curious how the coaching staff here has handled having you kind of enter into this system. Have you liked working with Sean Nayhouse, the head coach, and is there anything that you feel you've already gained, or like, are you seeing anything from a new perspective?
I was actually just talking to Sean about this the other day. It's just like, he gives me a lot of freedom, but like, a lot of times it doesn't really mean freedom. Like when coaches are like, yeah, you can go wherever you want. They're not like, they're gonna like yell at you if you go somewhere you're not supposed to go.
Yeah.
But he like truly wants me to like go out there and try something, and then we can talk about it after if it doesn't work. Like he really like wants to give me a space to like grow and like to trial and error, because I think like when they're just talking at you, it doesn't always absorb. So he's like, no, like just go try it, and then we can talk about it after if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get used to like a coach truly trusting me.
Yeah.
And like making decisions on the field. So I think that's been like really cool and like very eye-opening to me. Coaching staff is amazing. Like training is literally so good, but like I'm dying every day.
Like it's hard physically.
It's so hard. Like warm up, I'm like already gassed.
I know. I was watching you guys warm up today, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the norm. And I'm like, I'm in Ryan's line, and oh, trust me, I love that girl, but she be moving.
We're talking Ryan Williams, who is one of the fittest players on the team.
Yes. And I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna get better today because we are moving. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm just like really grateful to be in this environment, and like even when I'm not feeling 100%, like I know I'm gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
Just like the standards here are so high, whether that's in the gym or on the fields, in the locker room, like everything is just like top.
I said this about Ashley Sanchez, when she came here last year, that I felt like this was an environment really suited for a player like her, who similarly, I feel like you guys are both creative attackers who kind of need that freedom, but you need some parameters to, you know, follow and keep you on the same page as your teammates. And I think that it's exactly what you're describing, the discipline on the field, the commitment to being fit, the commitment to excellence in the gym. I think those are all the things that really gave me so much guidance in my career that I am so excited to see young players like you being exposed to. And something else that you said about what Sean is giving you, it's this freedom to trial and error and make mistakes. I was thinking about the pressure that you are under to, you know, grow and get better, and you know, you're on a new team now, and Jaedyn Shaw, and how great is she going to be? I feel like that freedom that Sean's giving you to make mistakes can help alleviate that pressure a little bit, because you know you're not going to get pulled off the field. Even if you do make a mistake or you try something new in training, that's what Sean wants from you, and that is how you'll grow. And I wonder if you feel that his approach to helping you grow as a player is alleviating any of that pressure.
He knows me very well. Like he knows that I'm my worst critic. Like I'm like very, very hard on myself. And so he's like he knows, he can see it on my face whenever I'm like about to lose my mind. And he's like just get out of your head. Like we have your back. Like the whole staff has your back. The whole team has your back. Like you don't need to put any extra unnecessary pressure on yourself. So we've been working through that.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been working on that. Like for me, like just to develop as a player, like things are gonna get, like you're gonna have a bad game, you're gonna have a bad training, like things like that are gonna happen. So it's just like nice that you know that people are like have your back and they're not gonna just like not like you because you didn't score that game.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how you're hard on yourself? Have you always been like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I just grew up that way. My parents were very hard on me. So therefore I inherited that onto myself. I think like for me, I just expect a lot from myself because I know that I have a high ceiling and I know that I can do a lot and I know that I can reach whatever goal that I put for myself. So I think just like whenever I'm not heading that way, it's when I get a little bit hard on myself. But yeah, I think like for me, I'm very much like I want to fix it immediately. When like so like I'll tell you this, when I was younger, I would have a bad game. I'll get chewed out in the car, like the whole thing, and then I would get back to the house, and then I would just be like, I can't like just sit in my room, like I can't do that. So I would go outside and I would like put all like my shoes in a line, and I would like go do like I would start with suicides, and then I would start like doing suicides with the ball, and then I would dribble through the ball, like through my shoes with the ball, and then that was just like my way of kind of like releasing whatever frustration, whatever like came from that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to go cry. I didn't have to do anything. It was just like go play with the ball. Like that was it. So that's kind of like how I've developed this like way of dealing with like, I don't know, maybe like a less than average performance.
Your coping mechanism was to like go practice.
So I'm like, after a bad game, I'm like, can we do film like right now? Can we do like something so that I can know what to fix, so that I can fix it in training tomorrow? That
resonates with me a lot. I also remember even after like late NWSL games, we'd get back to the hotel at 11 p.m. or whatever, and I would need to watch the game right then because I needed to know when I made that bad pass or that mistake, what had gone wrong, and what were my other options. When you think about this Courage team, do you have a story that can capture the culture, maybe a teammate, a leader, or maybe your role in this team and the way you hope you can be as a teammate?
I think like one thing that I really appreciate about this team is how much we like get together as a team and we show up for one another. So like for instance, Marissa Bova just got married, and when she was still a fiance, we were like, wait, we gotta like do a thing for her. So like Hensley set up a whole surprise bachelorette like thing in one of the apartment like clubhouses, and it was like cute. It was like cowgirl disco themed, and like I was like, oh my god, that sounds so fun, like whatever. So I'm like not expecting that many people to show up, because like that's just what I'm used to. Like I don't know, it's a long week, like we just had training, but like I got there and it was like probably like 3/4 of the team were there, and I was like, wow, like this is kind of crazy. Like this is not normal. Like pretty much everyone showed up for her and like surprised her, and it was like a really great night anyways. It was just like things like that that I think like I reflect on, and I'm like, wow, this team really like shows up for one another, whether that's on the field or off, like in special moments in people's lives. So I think that's like a really good picture of like what this team is about, and like how this club is ran like from top to bottom.
I love that. That's my memory of the Courage as well. Last season, the Courage finished in the top half of the table, but scored the fewest goals of the top 6 teams. There's been a lot of roster changes in the offseason, and people are wondering if the Courage could be contenders again this year. Do you feel that energy in the locker room and behind the scenes is the standard to win?
Yes. We've talked about it a lot as a team. We are like, we know we have our way of playing and we don't want to deviate from that, but we also are like, we're going to win games in any way that we can, whether that's pretty or not. Like we come together as a team and we're like, all right, like maybe it's not working. We're not going to deviate from our style, but we are going to win this game. Like we're going to find a way to win. And I think that's something that I really got to look into being with the national team, is like finding a way to win. Like sometimes I'm like, that was kind of crazy, you guys. Like now that I'm looking back on it, like these games, like we were down whatever, however many 2-0 comeback, and I'm like, I don't really know how we did that, but we did, and we're gonna do it again if we need to. So like that's the kind of mentality that I think we're building here and continuing to push forward for this club and get back to that like winning. And I think, like coming together, being gritty, all those things, I think we've talked about as a team, and we're really bought in, so.
I love that. I'm so excited to hear that. I mentioned this earlier, but we've all been so excited to see you playing with Ashley Sanchez in the attack. What has that been like, and how is you and Sanchez's bond on the field?
It's been good. Like we are both very creative players, and I think like with Manaka, like us three kind of rotating a lot, I think it's been really fun, and I think we have gotten closer definitely as like friends, and we talk on and off the field, and whether that's about tactics or just like getting to know one another, I think that helps with like chemistry on the field. So we're gonna continue to grow that that relationship on the field, and hopefully have some fun moments with that.
I know, fun for us to watch. I do quickly want to talk about your career off the field. It feels like the dream of the league post CBA is for players to have more control over their careers. And I feel like you're one of these like young players who seems to be so in control of creating good brand relationships for yourself. You have some really great relationships with Red Bull, Marriott, Adidas. You seem like somebody who is more than a player. You're taking yourself really seriously off the field as well, and creating like a businesswoman out of yourself. How important is that to you to have freedom to create your own brand?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really amazing time with women's sports. I think I'm really grateful to be in the role that I'm in. But yeah, I'm trying to build something for myself while also like enjoying it at the same time. I take a lot of pride in enjoying what I do. So that, and also keeping in mind that I take care of my family, so I need to make sure that my finances are in place for that. God forbid something happens. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm really grateful for all the brand deals that I've had. Red Bull, Adidas, like they all allow me to have a creative space and give me, you know, like space to be myself and be able to show that, whether that's, you know, holding a can, but also like being able to do a funky hairstyle because I can, and it adds some swag to what we have, and just like things like that are allowing me to just like be myself and show, like people use my platform to show like who I am as a person and build that following that way. And hopefully there's more in the future.
I'm sure there is. Are there any other athletes whose careers inspire you?
I would say like maybe Angel Reese in a way. Like some parts of what she's doing is really inspiring for not only like me, but like young girls.
Yeah.
I think like being in sport, there's not a lot of like not a lot of people think that there's a lot of money in it. And I think that she's done really well, even like coming out of college, like building that platform for herself off the field, because I know that she like takes care of her family in a way too, so I relate to that, and I think that she's doing really well with that. And yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It's like you always have like brands that you want to work with in the future, and it's cool to see how she's doing that at such a young age. Like she's been a pro for a year, so it's been cool to watch that. Yeah, I think that's like the first person that comes to mind with that.
I love that answer so much. I think kind of also what you've been saying is that there's this opportunity off the field to create like a more multifaceted version of yourself. You're not just an athlete, you're creative, and you have all these other talents as well. You mentioned that you have some dream brands you'd like to work with. Are there any you'd like to share?
I mean, I would love to get into the beauty industry some way, somehow. I'm not gonna block my blessing by putting one name out there, but yeah, I think the beauty industry would be cool. I'm like, of course I would love to like work with like a car brand, but I have to be 25 to do that, so we got some time. All
right, we have 5 years, car brands.
5 years, muster up some change.
All right, okay, well, you have plenty of warning. I mentioned the CBA and how, you know, it's kind of giving players more control over their careers and their lives. Are there other ways that you would like to see players gain more control or maybe be able to make more of a stamp on their own brands?
I think that there are some really cool people in the league. Like I feel like everybody has like a very interesting personality, and I think like showing that is cool. Like for me, like I've been trying to vlog more, and like it's not necessarily in my comfort zone, I can tell you that, but I think that it's like really fun just to kind of like, I don't know, show a little bit about like what you do, whether it's like boring or not. Like I haven't posted yet, but I like filmed like a off day, and I was like, girl, you literally car maintenance, got ramen. Like it was like really random stuff, but it was like people are interested in that, and I feel like it's a good time in like it's a good era to do it. So I think like putting yourself out there more, like showing people like kind of what you do if you're comfortable with that, I think is cool. Like I don't know, I don't want to say an influencer because I don't think that I'm an influencer, but I think it's cool just to show that. I think people appreciate it.
Yeah, I do too. I actually do know who Alona Mar is, the USA rugby player who blew up on social media. She's so like body positive. She's just like an amazing. I was watching a video that she posted, and she was like, people come and ask me all the time how to like gain more followers and you know get into what I've been doing. And she was like, literally just post it. That's my only advice. If you're recording anything, record it, post it. Don't think about it again, just post it. So I'm encouraging you through Alona Mar to just post your vlog.
Oh my gosh, she was on Dancing with the Stars, and I was just watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of my dream things, like non-soccer dreams.
Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So random, but like, I would, oh my gosh.
You would crush. What do you think the NWSL offers that is really attractive for players to play here? Like, what is something about living in the States, being here, playing in the NWSL that you're like, this is really where I could get better, where I can grow my brand? What are some positives about the NWSL?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like the competitiveness of this league is obviously the most attractive thing. I think like every game is a battle, and I think with that, like the league has done a really good job like building media around it, and there's been a lot of growth in that way. Obviously, I haven't been in this league for that long, but I think that there has been a lot of growth in that way, and I think obviously like the pay is good, and yeah, I mean, you're living in the States, you're living in cool cities, you get to experience a lot of things. There's some pretty cool people here, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think like overall the league has done a really good job just kind of like growing.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you can ask for, growth, like getting better. That's what we're asked to do every single day, so it's only right that the rest of the league can do that. So yeah, it's cool.
So if there was like a request that you could make, it can be an outlandish request. Like mine is that I would request doggy daycare at my club, and then I could bring my dog to
Wait,
yeah.
That's such a good idea.
Do you have an outlandish request that you would make of the league or of your club, if you could? Aimed to attract more talent and, you know, really just sign the best players. What do we need? Doggy daycare.
I was gonna say cooking classes.
I like that.
As a newly chef, TikTok recipes. Like, can you help me, please?
Okay, we have just one last question. We're going off the rails here. One of the reasons I love talking to you, Jaedyn, is you're young, but you seem to have such a clear path of where you want your career to go, and you set like goals for yourself, and you are wise beyond your years and mature beyond your years. You're on the national team. You're stepping into this courage roster designed to really highlight you. So as you move into this next phase of your career here in North Carolina with the national team, what do you think you want to accomplish long term, and what do you want your legacy? How do you want people to speak about you?
I would say like my faith plays a big part in what I do on and off the field. Like I think like I want people to see that through me and the way that I play and the way that I carry myself. So, I mean, treating people with kindness, like just like seeing God through my life, I think would be the biggest thing for me. Not stats or how many goals that I've had, like even though like as a competitor you want those things. But I think like those are all temporary happiness, and I think for me it would just be like success for me and my career would just be like how many people I can inspire, how many people could see like God through my life, and like hopefully like change people's lives in that way, and inspire some young girls and boys to play the sport that we all love, and yeah, just continue to like push the sport in ways that hasn't been done yet.
That was so beautiful, Jaedyn. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so grateful that we got to do this today, so thank you for being here with me, and I am so excited to keep watching you with the Courage and with the national team.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Chatting with Jaedyn in person was so awesome. I am thrilled for her to get a car deal in a few years, and I can't wait to see that content. I also sent her my soup recipe this morning. If you all are wanting that too, send me an email at womensgamemib@menandblazers.com and let me know, and maybe we can repost the recipe. Don't forget, we have a special episode with Seb Hines dropping tomorrow. Then we'll be watching NWSL and the FA Cup semifinals this weekend, so check out our social media for our weekly game day graphic that will tell you when and where to watch these games. Good Vibes with Becky Sauerbrunn drops on Tuesday next week. Then we're heading to Seattle for Good Vibes Live presented by Olipop. That show will be available for those of you who are not coming in person. So keep your eyes peeled on our YouTube channel and podcast feed. We cannot wait to be with you all in person to talk about the legendary Cascadia rivalry in the NWSL ahead of the Seattle versus Portland game next Friday. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you soon.